Must be that time already. Good morning. How is everybody today? Welcome to the next session of Daily Doodles with Monty. A little early and cold here in Ohio. Forgive me. All right. So, first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for watching my last video, if you did. It was quite interesting. Learned some things about video editing in my last video. It was, I almost didn't post it. I was very frustrated. I thought it should have been a masterpiece. I didn't take my own damn advice. So, but it worked out. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about style. The reason why I'm choosing to talk about this today is I received a message from one of my Instagram followers the other day, letting me know that I was an inspiration for him, and which is very humbling to me to think that I inspire other people besides myself. So kudos. But his main focus in the message was he wanted to ask me questions in regards to my art and what I've done to get to the point where I'm at. He struggling to find his own style. So today I'm hoping that I can maybe help him find his style. I'm going to start off by saying that you honestly, I don't think anybody can tell you how to find your style. I don't think anybody can show you the right way to go about finding your own voice in your art. But what I will do is explain a little bit of what I've gone through in my own life, and what I think ultimately brought me to the point where I'm at today. First and foremost is you're really just going to want to continue to practice. You really, I don't think there's any simpler answer than just to practice constantly. I mean, you definitely need to find a balance in your life. Want some coffee? Nah, psych. But to just continue to practice. It just doesn't get any simpler than that. I really don't know how else to explain it. But before you start practicing any one particular thing, I think the one thing that you need to practice is taking yourself back to basics. Taking yourself back to things that maybe you haven't even learned yet. Maybe you didn't have any schooling, whatever it is that seems to be holding you back. And 9 times out of 10, we're holding ourselves back. But take yourself back to basics. Learn basic shapes. Learn perspective drawing. learn the anatomy, learn gesture drawing, line of action, all these things. Up until a couple of years ago, I had no clue about any of this stuff. I had tried the college thing. Um, I probably should have waited a few years. I was kind of young. And I was more worried about being liked by everybody than anything else. I mean, I still did my art. I just wasn't concentrating on it. So there were a lot of things that I could have learned that I didn't learn. And I think that's why we need to take ourselves back to basics sometimes and learn those basic skills to doing um, good drawings, good artwork. So definitely, I would say, if you're struggling to take yourself back to your basics, there's a wealth of knowledge on the internet today. There's several people out there doing YouTube videos that are really good at teaching these things. And because I'm still myself learning um, the whole gesture drawing and the line of action and perspective and things like that, I really feel that I'm probably not a good person to teach that. However, there's so much information. So not having the ability to learn, if you use that excuse that you don't have those resources available to you, if you're watching this, you have those resources available. It's all over the internet. And you might be lucky enough that you're in an area where there's a lot of art. There might be some of your favorite artists actually working and living in those areas. So ask them questions and shut your mouth after you ask the question. Thank you, Frank, for teaching me to shut my mouth. Um, so yeah, definitely do some research. Uh, do some studying. Devote at least an hour of your day um, to doing that. To you know, um, just studying. You know, the information is free. Use it. You know. Um, Another thing I touched base on my first video a little bit. Um, Another thing that I think we need to do when we're trying to find our artistic voice is, again, to quit comparing yourself to other artists. There are a lot of great artists out there, and you may love their work, and you may love the things that they do. And um, I'm kind of doing a Stevie Wonder sway right now. I apologize for that. A lot of things that they do that we're going to love. And again, like I said in the first video, you're not that artist. You're never going to be that artist. You may, at some point in your career, meet and exceed their skill level, but you're still not that artist. You're still going to have your own voice. So, find that voice. I think it's important, not to defeat yourself right off the rip by comparing yourself to somebody you're not. So, and after you've taken yourself back and you're practicing your line drawing, you're practicing all those things that I recently mentioned. Little by little, I think you're going to start to find your voice. I mean, it's kind of what it did for me. After I was very frustrated. I was very upset with myself. I was very lost in my art, and not just in my art, but also in my life. There were a lot of things that went hand in hand that just kind of helped everything come together. But I was very lost, and I was searching very desperately for my own style, for my own voice. And the entire time I was doing it, I was just busy trying to do what everybody else was doing, trying to do it like they did. And I was comparing myself, and I wasn't doing the necessary steps to get better. I wasn't practicing the right way. I was doing a lot of things that today I wouldn't do. So there's those few things that I think we need to do in order to find that voice, and it's going to take time. Anything we do takes time. You can't ever expect to sit down and just master anything right off the rip. Like I said in my first video, it's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. No matter how much of an affinity for drawing you have, or painting, or art, or tattooing, or whatever, it's just, you're not going to pick it up overnight. You might pick it up quicker than others. You know, some of us are like that. But you still got to put in time. You still have to put in work, and you still have to put in dedication. So if you want to find that voice, by all means, practice, 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 practice. Ask questions, research, all those things. And over time, you'll find it. You're gonna have a lot of, you're gonna fumble a lot. But don't throw away your bad pieces. Don't throw those things away. Those are great teaching tools. I have a stack of artwork of really horrible drawings. But I keep them because when I start to question my abilities, when I start to get frustrated, when I start to lose my sight, I go back to those and I look at them. And then I realize how far I've come. And I also, in doing that, I also find other things that I was doing wrong that I might still to this day be doing wrong and didn't realize it. That may not be right about what I'm doing in terms of perspective or shading or, you know, design or whatever, you know, it is that I happen to be looking at. It's great. It's a great teaching tool for you. So don't throw away your sketches, even if they're half finished, even if they look like total doo-doo, because they're going to teach you something. And I mean, it's. I think that's what brought me to where I'm at today. I mean, I had a lot of other little influences. In this journey, you know, being around other artists, being in the tattoo industry, put me in positions that I probably wouldn't have been in if I decided to be a 9-to-5 worker and trying to pursue a straight illustration career. So I got to be around a lot of different artists, and they were all great. Even those I didn't get along with. I look back now, it's like, wow. Even the ones I didn't like, man, I learned something great from them. So I'm very appreciative for the career track that I'm in, because I've had the opportunity to be around some really amazing people. And even currently, I'm working with an amazing individual. He's got a great zest for what he does, and he's having his own struggles with the same things that I've had. But we help each other out, man, and so it's awesome. So if you can be around other artists, be around other artists. I know we're a hard lot to be around. We can be kind of egotistical sometimes. I'm going to cover that in another episode. But put yourself in a position to be around other people. You know, life experience helps with style. I don't know how. I could never explain it, but somehow my life experiences, my triumphs and my follies have all played into how I draw today, and the way that I go about doing it. So, you know, put yourself around other people, even if you don't like them. Who cares? So you might be doing something with that individual that sparks some kind of new art piece just because of a situation you had with them. There's so much inspiration in everything that we do. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful life, man. So to sum this up, keep this short. Hopefully I've answered some questions. Hopefully I've helped you out a little bit. But to kind of bring this to a close, you know, practice, research, practice, research some more, and learn and grow, and don't be frustrated, and don't beat yourself up. Don't be overly critical of yourself. I know as an artist, it's the hardest thing in the world to do, to not be overly critical of yourself. I'm guilty of it even to this moment sitting here. You know, I was going to start drawing while I was talking to you. I'm actually going to use this as a voiceover, but I was going to start drawing, and I started drawing, and I was like, I don't like the way it looks, and I started being critical of myself. So after I'm done here, I'll probably go ahead and finish it. But don't be overly critical. Just practice, research, practice, research, practice, research. Devote a particular part of your day to doing it. If you're not doing this on a regular basis, it's going to be really hard to progress uh, in your art. So that's why I devote an hour of my day, minimum, 1 hour every morning, to just drawing. And they're not masterpieces. They're not completed pieces. They're not colored in and, ooh, everybody look at this kind of pieces, you know. But they're teaching me, and I'm teaching myself, and I'm learning through others, and even if I'm not with them. So, again, research, practice, study, get yourself some books, be a hoarder. Um, when we get to a point in our drawing career where um, we're kind of lost, we tend to hoard a lot of reference material. And so, nothing wrong with it, do it. Hoard some reference material and study it. Uh, and just learn to do things, just learn. So, with that said, before I am subject to repeating myself again, which I do a lot, I lose track. I haven't had enough coffee. You sure you don't want some? Um, just keep it up, man. Just keep it up. And know that at some point in your career you're gonna hit what you're looking for. And then once you hit that, there's gonna be something else, and you're gonna strive to be even better. So keep drawing, keep creating, keep smiling, and stay blessed. Because if you're doing this and you have a natural ability, you are blessed, my friends. You are absolutely blessed. So keep it up. And thank you for watching, man. Hopefully you learned something today. I learned a little something about myself. I'm Stevie Wonder. You gotta be kidding me. You're still here? Dude, the video's over, man. Shouldn't you be practicing? Go do some research. Get off your computer. Have a great day. Go home.